Hello everyone and welcome to Metagame Mastery, where it's not just about what the card does, but how it impacts the game. Battlebond preview season is in full swing, and we are going to take a look at a ton of great new cards, some amazing reprints, and new infinite combos for your casual formats. If you enjoy this content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all our latest videos, and if you're looking to support the channel, there is an Amazon affiliate link in the description below. Any purchases made once clicking on that link, a small percentage comes back to help the channel. Without further ado, big time, go time, let's go. Seedborn Muse is getting a reprint. 5 CMC, 3 colorless green for a 2/4 spirit. Untap all permanents you control during each player's untap step. An absolute EDH staple. This card has been going up in price over the last several months, especially since Prophet of Krufix was banned in EDH. It's now hovering around the $28 mark. Fantastic to see this much needed reprint. Bramble Sovereign is 4 CMC, 2 colorless green for a 4/4 Dryad. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 colorless and 1 green. If you do, that creature's controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature. Goes infinite with Palinchron. Together Forever is white for an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, support 2, and you can pay 1 colorless mana, choose target creature with a counter on it. When that creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. Goes infinite with Clark Clan Ironworks and Hangerback Walker, create an infinite loop. Chain Lightning is 1 red mana for a sorcery, deals 3 damage to any target. Then that player or that permanent's controller may pay 2 red. If that player does, they may copy this spell and they may choose a new target for that copy. An absolute staple in Pauper. It's used play in Legacy. This card is frickin' phenomenal. Going for about $5 a piece, being reprinted at Uncommon is awesome. Impulse is 2 mana, 1 colorless, and a blue for an instant. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Getting reprinted with the From the Vault art. This card was once a staple of Legacy control decks. It is a very good card, and getting reprinted at Common is amazing. Generous Patreon is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a green for a 1/4 Elf Advisor. When it enters the battlefield, support 2, and when you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card. Best Friends Forever with Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons, and EDH. Greater Good is getting a reprint with the Judge promo alternate art. It's 4 CMC, 2 colorless green for an enchantment that says you can sacrifice a creature anytime to draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. Having a free sack outlet always available is good. Being able to draw cards off of a free sack outlet is very good. Last Man Standing is 3 CMC, 1 colorless black-red sorcery. Choose 1 creature at random, then destroy the rest. A, this is a freaking hilarious flavor win. B, this is a 3 mana board wipe with potential upside. Even the downside is very good for this card. This is a very sought after card in this set. Vertis's Maneuver is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a black for a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend returns a creature card from the graveyard to the hand. Each foe sacrifices a creature they control. So you're getting, in Two-Headed Giant, you're getting potential card advantage by targeting both you and your partner to draw something from your graveyard. That's 2 cards for 1. And then you're getting 2 edict effects on your opponents. In Commander, you can use this politically to help your opponent draw the answer that they need from their graveyard, but at the same time, it's also a mass edict effect that replaces itself. Not overwhelmingly powerful, but better than decent. Regna's Sanction is 4 CMC, 3 colorless and white for a sorcery for each player. Choose friend or foe. Each friend puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. Each foe chooses one untapped creature they control and taps the rest. Wow, this is really powerful in go wide strategies. Being able to get +1/+1 counters on all your creatures and at the same time tap down all but one of your opponent's blockers. It's actually going to be EDH staple. Just being able to potentially take the person who's strongest, have them be your only foe, and then have everyone else be a friend, powering up their creatures and attacking in all in one turn cycle is a great way to wipe a powerful opponent off the board. This is a game ender if ever I've seen one. And we have 2 new partner commanders. Sylvia Brightspear is 3 CMC, 2 colorless and a white for a 2/2 legendary human knight. Partner with Corvath Brightflame. She has double strike, and dragons your team controls have double strike. Corvath Brightflame is 6 CMC, 5 colorless and a red for a 3/4 legendary dragon. Partner with Sylvia Brightspear. He has flying, haste, and dragons your team control have flying and haste. So, I have to say, of the partner commanders we've seen thus far, this is probably the most underwhelming. I love Boros, I really do, but this is a team that you can't play on consecutive turns without playing off curve, and at the same time, they don't have the same casting cost for Two-Headed Giant, your partner and yourself playing them on the same turn to get their effect immediately. What winds up happening is you have to either play Sylvia Brightspear off curve, or you have to play her and wait a couple turns for Corvath Brightflame to hit the board. Either way, it's a very fragile combo. That said, when Corvath Brightflame is played on his own, he doesn't do a whole lot. He really needs that double strike to justify the investment that you put into him. So I'm not really a big fan of Corvath Brightflame. What I am a fan of is Sylvia Brightspear going in any 5-color dragon tribal deck for only 3 mana, being able to give all of your other creatures double strike is extremely powerful. Even 3 mana for a 2/2 with double strike is a solid card. She also gains access to Knight synergies, although even though this pair sort of pushes you towards combined Knight Dragon Tribal, I would avoid that in casual formats. It just sounds like it would get way too messy. What I do like is in Limited, if you manage to play Corvath Brightflame, tutor up Sylvia Brightspear, they both attack in with double strike, and that's a total of 10 damage coming at your opponents in the air out of nowhere. That is a potential game finisher. Gang Up is X mana and a black for an instant with assist. Destroy target creature with power X or less. So just good, straight, instant removal. That is a lot of mana to be paying into something, but in a Two-Headed Giant format, you have twice the mana you can put into this, allowing you to much more reliably be able to cast this, hit an opponent's creature, and still have another play in the same turn. Very powerful. Core Spirit Dancer is 2 CMC, 1 colorless and a white for a 0/2 core wizard. Core Spirit Dancer gets +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. Whenever you cast an aura spell, you may draw a card. Very powerful enchantress card, suits up and gets super strong very quickly. And we also get to see our first enchantment aura for creatures. It's Inner Demon. 4 CMC, 2 colorless, black, black for an enchant aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. When inner demon enters the battlefield, all non-demon creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. So we've got a selective effect stapled onto a 1 with the wind. Seems good. Battlefield Overlord is 9 CMC, 7 colorless, red, red for a 5/4 flying dragon with assist. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to target creature and opponent controls. So Flametown Kavu got big. This thing is potentially decent in Two-Headed Giant. Outside of that, I don't think it'll see any play, but paying 5 mana for a 5/4 flyer and then having your partner pay 4 mana to torch something off the board isn't the worst exchange in the world. It'll probably see play in limited games. Out of Bounds is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a blue for an instant with assist. Counter target spell. So it's a counter spell that both you and your partner have to pay into. Probably see some play in EDH, especially for breaking up those game-winning combos. I still think it's a fringe card outside of limited. Saltwater Stalwart is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a blue for a 2/4 Merfolk Warrior. Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, target player draws a card. So 4 mana for a 2/4 isn't that great. Even though it's a warrior and there are obviously lots of warrior payoffs, people are obviously paying attention to merfolks ever since Ixalan. What really stands out about this is the damage it deals does not have to be combat damage. So if you have any way to turn this into a Timmy, where he just pings opponents from afar, suddenly this becomes a very powerful effect. We'll see if there's anything in this format to attach to it. Spellseeker is 3 CMC, 2 colorless, and a blue for a 1/1 human wizard. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. This card is so powerful, it's obscene. Almost all of the staple cards in competitive formats are 2 CMC or less, and this allows you to tutor for them, possibly abuse it by flickering her into play over and over and over again. This card is going to be very highly sought after. Stadium Vendors is 4 CMC, 3 colorless, and a red for a 3/3 goblin. When it enters the battlefield, choose a player. The player adds 2 mana of any one color they choose. So you could effectively get this into play for 2 mana, or you could choose a partner and they get a 2 mana ramp off of this. I think this has potential to be a combo piece, being flickered into play over and over again and generating mana in the process. For example, Deadeye Navigator. Lastly, we have the Crowd Goes Wild. X and a green sorcery with assist. Support X. Each creature with a +1/+1 counter gains trample until end of turn. So an amazing way for you to put +1/+1 counters on all your creatures, but even if you're playing only 1 green mana, if your creatures already have +1/+1 counters on them because you've been leaning hard into that, this gives them all trample. Very powerful effect, absolute game finisher in limited. That's it for today. If you enjoy our content, click that subscribe button so you get access to all the latest Magic the Gathering news. And if you're looking to support the channel, check out the affiliate link in the description below. This has been Metagame Mastery. Peace!